Jim, thanks for joining us on Shrimp's Player. We've left it a little while before coming and speaking to you about Fleetwood Town and the match that's happened on Saturday. Now that you've had time for the dust to settle a little bit, what's your thoughts?
Well, I think the main thing is putting it to bed as quick as possible. You know, a few words are said after the game during the week. I didn't want it to fester for too long, so what's been said between the four walls of the dressing room stays there. But you know, certainly, you know, individual errors have cost us again. You know, that's football. That's what happens. Unfortunately, 3 happened in the same game, and we got punished for the 3 of them. I've got to say, Fleetwood, once they got the nose in front with a good side, I'll give every credit to Mickey Mellon and his team. But you know, we certainly went at our best. So as I say, everyone's analysed their own performances. We've done it as a group. I've done it myself, because it's not just what happens on the pitch. You know, I've got to look whether I got it right. Did I get my subs right? Did I get this right? Did I get that right? And you know, sometimes you're not always going to get everything right. And hindsight's a wonderful thing. And you know, I'll hold my hand up and say, yeah, looking back, you know, I would have changed 1 or 2 things. But at that time, we picked the team to go out and win. It was an offensive looking lineup. You know, Lewis Alexander in the hole behind 2 centre forwards. But for one reason or another, it didn't work on the day, how we wanted to and how we'd worked on training, because we went with that setup because Bristol Rovers the week before winning 3-0, we thought Fleetwood would come with a 4-4-2, which they played against Aldershot, and all the reports were saying they'd do that again. They changed their formation a little bit. It was just parking down the middle against our 3 centre halves, so we give them the extra man in midfield. So I think, unfortunately, on the day they played to their strengths more than what we did, and we give them a little helping hand as well with making the individual errors that we did, which cost us ultimately the goals that, you know, put us out of sight really when we did change the formation to try and get back into the game. That we were 2 or 3-0 down. So everyone's had time to reflect and review, and it's, you know, we've moved on. Certainly the spirit's still good. I've always said they've got a great togetherness and a good team spirit, and you know, they'll have to rely upon that in certain times this season. And certainly after the drubbing against your rivals at home, you know, that's when it does come in handy. And as I say, they've had a good week. We've had a little bit of rest that we've needed. We've been playing Saturday, Tuesday every week since the start of the season, coming off the back of a difficult pre-season as well. Yeah. So it's been a good time to regroup and get any knocks sorted too that we were carrying. And you know what, everyone's looking forward to responding now with a little bit of fire in the bellies going into the Aldershot game.
Fantastic. Now, we'll talk about the Aldershot game in a minute, and we really want to look forward. But just to put this one to bed, really, 1 or 2 of the fans left a little bit disappointed. You know, there's been 1 or 2 things said. What's your message to the fans?
Everyone's got an opinion, and everyone's entitled to it. I've got an opinion. It's you know, as manager, I've got to pick the team. I'm not always going to get everyone else's starting 11. I'm not always going to get the subs right. But what I will do is make sure that everyone's prepared, ready, and I'll do what I think's best for the team. And you know, we are a team. Unfortunately, it's a little bit stretched on numbers. We obviously wanted to bring a little bit more quality in to add to what we've already got. We have got good lads here now, but we are capable of going 6 or 8 games without a win. We're also capable of going 6 or 8 games unbeaten, and we'll certainly upset a few this season. You know, who expected us to win at Bristol Rovers, Exeter? You know, we had a good win in the week against Accrington. So they're all positives, but to get beat at home in the manner that we did is a negative. And you know, there's going to be plenty of up and downs this season, but we've got to make sure as a football club, that's fans, everyone's treated the same, everyone's on the level. You know, myself, the backroom staff, the players, the board, the fans, the people who work behind the scenes, that we all want what's right for the football club. Everyone who crosses that white line on a Saturday or Tuesday is always giving it 100%. That's something that I can guarantee, because if they don't, they won't be in the side. And that's the way it is. We are going to lose games. We're not always going to play like Man United and win every game, but that's the nature of the beast. That's why we all love football. We are going to have highs and lows, but it's important that we all stick together. And I can guarantee there's no one more disappointed when we lose a game of football than me, because it was an absolutely shocking weekend. I had to switch my phone off, and but I've dusted myself down, and the gum shield's back in, and we'll get ourselves off the floor, and we'll be ready for the next battle. And that's what all the lads are looking forward to doing this Saturday. Well,
that's good to hear. I think one of the positives out of Saturday was that I thought the fans were superb.
The fans, I've got to be honest, I asked the fans before the start of the season, to make that a little bit more noise. And I'm just looking down at the home end now with all the flags up and all. It's something I asked, and you know, unfortunately at this present moment in time, I'm not, you know, the team and myself, not for lack of trying, but we haven't really given them much to sing about apart from the lads and the girls who go to away games. So no, I'd like to thank them. I think they've been absolutely outstanding. They have made the atmosphere a lot better than the home games we've played so far. And hopefully, you know, in time, we all want, as I say, we all want what's best, and certainly we want to start winning more home games. And for one reason or another, it hasn't happened. But we can't think about it too much, because I think it snowballs and becomes more of a negative. We've just got to make sure that we go from every game to game, and when we come back here against Plymouth, the team that goes out will be giving it their all. I'll certainly be giving it my all. I did it as a player, I'll do it as a manager. We'll get our knocks along the way, and people are questioning the decisions I make, and I won't be everyone's cup of tea. I wasn't everyone's cup of tea as a player, but I can guarantee that I'm working extra hard to make sure that we succeed and we improve our home form. But with regards to the fans, if they can just keep that togetherness going and make sure that the groundsman switches his tractor off and that, you know, I'm sure that we'll get to where we want to be if we all stick together.
Fantastic to hear that, and I know that the spirit's always a strong spirit. So moving forward to Saturday, and Aldershot, there's a 1-0 defeat down there last season. Very questionable decision by the ref. We had one knocked off the line, which is a clear handball. Everybody saw it apart from the ref. So we owed them one, don't we?
Well, I think you know, the home game, I think they had the upper hand in the home game, if I'm honest. I think they played well on the day, and it was only for 2 wonder strikes from Kevin Allison and Lewis Alexandra that won us the game on the day. And then I think when we went down there, we played quite well on the day, worked a good corner routine which got blocked on the line by someone on his arm. It could have been a sending off, a penalty to us, could have been 1-0 up playing against 10 men. As it was, they went up the other end, quick free kick, and Guy Maggio put a superb header in, and we lost the game 1-0, as you say. So as I said before, it's football, that's what happens. You know, who would have expected us to win at Bristol Rovers 3-0 and then get beat at home 4-0? Who would expect Exeter to get beat by us 3-0 and then win every game since and be near the top of the table? Who would expect Rotherham to concede 6 at Port Vale? When we played Port Vale, I thought we deserved something out the game. So, you know, that's the way the league is. It's very up and down. So you've always got to respect who you're playing against, but never ever fear them, because on our day we can beat anyone in this league. We've proven that before. We've proven it last season. We've already proven it this season. We know it's going to be a difficult game, but we're certainly going to the game thinking that we can win it. I want to put a team out to every game to make sure that we try and win that game. Otherwise, it's pointless us travelling 200, 300 miles down here and turning up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we'll give it our all. It'll be a difficult game, but one we're certainly looking to win.
Fantastic. Jim, thanks very much for your time, and hopefully we'll speak to you at 5 o'clock down at Aldershot, and we've got 3 more points in the bag.
Pleasure.